about the workouts that we have coming up for Saturday and Sunday. All right. So Saturday, we're finishing off our conditioning this week with a bang. It's essentially a chipper, but we just have two moves that we're going back and forth between. All right. So one movement is a PVC over under. There's a video on HomeWODs that's linked that you can go check out. I would definitely recommend that you do that, but I'll describe it here. Essentially, the way it's going to work is you're going to set a PVC pipe up just like we've been doing for the PVC jump overs, except this time instead of just jumping over the PVC, one rep is you have to go under the PVC and then jump back over the top, right? And we're going to do reps of that. Round number one, we have 10 PVC over-unders and then a 400-meter run. Round two, we have 20 PVC over-unders, 400-meter run, then 30 over-unders, 400-meter run, and 40 over-unders, and a 400-meter run. The over-under is, haven't done it in a while, but it is a distinctly unpleasant movement. It has kind of a burpee box jump over feel to it. Although I wouldn't go quite so far as to say it's that hard. It's certainly a little bit more flexible in terms of how you perform it. But it's going to get pretty gross, especially on those rounds of 30 and 40, all right? And just from a pacing perspective, this workout is going to be pretty long. And it's important to realize that only at 20 reps into your set of 30 PVC over-unders are you going to be halfway through this workout, all right? Just kind of keep that in the back of your mind that even though it's 4 rounds, we have to do at least 2.5 and really more than that of those PVC over-unders just to get to that halfway point. So really be conservative through those first few rounds because that set of 40 is going to bite you in the butt if you aren't careful on these, all right? So try to go at a smooth, consistent pace there and just build that pace through as you feel, okay? The other piece that we have, this is coming up on Sunday, is just kind of a little core smash. We've done a lot of, pretty intense work throughout this week. So this is just going to be our opportunity to take things down a notch, get a little bit of good accessory, strength and midline work in there, but hopefully something that's not going to beat us down quite the same way as everything else has, right? Obviously you can hit this on Saturday if you want to have maybe Sunday as a complete day of rest, or, if you're feeling pretty trash from Saturday, you can always just put that in Sunday morning, Sunday evening, just whenever you have time, all right? We do have a barbell front squat piece on Sunday as well. So if you have a barbell and access to that, you can hit that. There's also some pistol skill work, potentially with some added weight if you don't have a barbell, right? So again, if you're looking for a little bit of extra, especially strength work for your lower body, go check that out as well, okay? We'll have a little bit more information coming out next week about the accessory work, the barbell work, and kind of some of the intents behind that, all right? But we'll be talking about that later, all right? So I hope you guys enjoy those workouts. And besides all that, since we're getting into the weekend, hopefully, if we've been teleworking at home or it's kind of what have you, we're almost 2 weeks into this now, right? So having made it through the week, we hopefully have some sort of a routine, some sort of an idea of what life is like now. So we can continue to try to build healthy habits that will help us not only during this time when we're quarantined at home, but that will transfer out, right, into life once this whole thing we kind of get through this, all right? And one thing that is super important whenever we start looking at the literature is non-exercise movement, all right? This can certainly be hard to do whenever we're teleworking, but, right, on the weekends, this is a great time to at least start this habit of trying to move a little bit more in a way that isn't directly associated with exercise, right? So a way that could show itself, right, is just after dinner. If you can do this in a socially, distant and responsible way, maybe go for a 20-minute walk, right? But, if that's not something that you can do, just try to move a little bit more around the house, spending a little bit less time seated. Or if you are seated, try sitting cross-legged, sitting on the ground, and just try to vary those positions a little bit more than what you ordinarily would. It's going to do wonders for your hips and back, and it's just genuinely going to make you a healthier and hopefully more vibrant person just by being on your feet and moving a little bit more, just like our ancestors used to. All right, so get after this, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys next week.